The 2010 Jaguar C-X75. Jaguar celebrated 75 years of history with the unveiling of the C-X75 concept at the Paris Auto Show. Besides being a range-extended electric two-seated supercar, the C-X75 previews the company's future design language, and we are really hoping that it is a preview version of the Jaguar's long-rumored supercar. The aim was to produce not only the most innovative but also one of the most beautiful Jaguars ever, one which hints at an exciting evolution of the marque's award-winning design language while paying homage to some of its most admired cars of years gone by. The new car tips the scales at around 2,970 pounds and is able to hit 62 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds. That seems awfully fast for a vehicle with only two 96-horsepower micro-gas turbines that force fuel into a plug-in Li-ion battery back. Once all that is said and done, there are 4 electric motors, one for each wheel, that together deliver an outstanding 580 kilowatts, 778 bhp, and 1,600 newton-meters, 1,180 pound-feet of torque. Stomp the pedal to the floor and you can hit 205 miles per hour. The C-X75 can travel up to 68 miles on its battery pack alone, but once the turbines kick in the car can continue traveling for 560 miles. Chevrolet Volt, eat your heart out. Updated November 17, 2010, the Jaguar C-X75 concept made its North American debut at the Los Angeles Auto Show, and what better way to mark this occasion than to have Jay Leno review it? Watch the video and see what he has to say about the concept. Hit the jump to see the full story, the press release, which is rather long, and the video. To keep the weight down, the body is made from aluminum and the interior is covered in leather. The seats, unlike most cars, are fixed, but the pedals and instruments move. There are 3 TFT screens that provide the driver with information. Basically, all the normal concept car goodies are here, which is a good thing because Jaguar has no plans to build this car. We would have enjoyed seeing this new car in production, as it would give the German-built Porsche 918 a run for its money. The concept's exterior is defined by beautiful proportions, sculpted lines and powerful stance. It features a simple central fuselage surrounded by prominent wheel arches, 2 beautifully sculpted sill-mounted aluminum intakes, stunning alloy wheels and forward hinged doors. The car's interior is equally impressive, with the driver and passenger seated ahead of a sealed airbox that houses the micro-gas turbines. The seats are fixed to the bulkhead as in a single-seater racing car. Press release. The C-X75 concept is both a celebration of 75 years of iconic Jaguar design and a look into the future of automotive technology. Designed as a range-extended electric two-seater supercar, it explores the outer limits of both performance and sustainability. With plug-in capability, the car can achieve a zero-tailpipe emissions range of 110 kilometers (68 miles), 3 times round Paris's periphery, when running under battery power alone, plus a potential top speed of 330 kilometers per hour (205 miles per hour), and blistering acceleration. The car demonstrates that it is possible to retain Jaguar's core values of performance, design and luxury using technology that will make environmentally responsible performance in electric vehicles a practical proposition. The aim was to produce not only the most innovative but also one of the most beautiful Jaguars ever, one which hints at an exciting evolution of the marque's award-winning design language while paying homage to some of its most admired cars of years gone by. Advanced design features such as a groundbreaking propulsion system and active aerodynamics allow for an elegantly simple fuselage section that remains stable at very high speeds. The C-X75 is a tribute to the people who shaped the iconic Jaguars that are revered to this day. By making it an innovative test bed for the technologies of tomorrow, it also ensures that our reputation for engineering excellence will continue for another 75 years and beyond. Mike O'Driscoll, Managing Director, Jaguar Cars. The C-X75's 580 kilowatts (778 bhp) propulsion system combines powerful 145 kilowatts (195 bhp) electric motors at each wheel for outstanding performance. At the center of the car sit state-of-the-art, mid-mounted micro-gas turbines. These can either generate 140 kilowatts (188 bhp) to charge the batteries and extend the range of the car to a remarkable 900 kilometers (560 miles), enough to drive from London to Berlin on a single tank, or when in track mode provide supplementary power directly to the electric motors. The 4 electric motors provide torque-vectored, all-wheel drive traction and grip, essential in a car that produces 580 kilowatts (778 bhp) and 1,600 newton-meters (1,180 pound-feet) of torque. The car's interior is equally impressive, with the driver and passenger seated ahead of a sealed airbox that houses the micro-gas turbines. The seats are fixed to the bulkhead as in a single-seater racing car, and air to feed the turbines passes smoothly around them via channels in the structure of the body. With the seats anchored in place, the steering wheel, controls, main binnacle and pedal box all adjust towards the driver. Dramatic theater lighting is activated as the driver approaches the car. Phosphor blue electroluminescent wire lights illuminate the perimeter of the cabin and the turbines. When the car is started, additional blue LED lighting gently floods the door and bulkhead speaker cavities, highlighting the car's lightweight construction. Bespoke interior materials include cream and gray leathers, polished and vapor-blasted aluminum and a soft feel textured neoprene. A new interface for the driver has also been created for the CX75 using high-resolution TFT screens. Building on Jaguar's 10-year expertise in touchscreen technology, the Jaguar Copilot display in the center console supports the driver in extracting the full potential of the CX75 by seamlessly managing information. The CX75 at a glance. Design, a celebration of 75 years of beautiful, fast Jaguars which points the way to a new design language. Performance 0 to 100 km per hour, 62 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds, top speed of 330 km per hour, 205 miles per hour, and 80 to 145 km per hour, 50 to 90 miles per hour in just 2.3 seconds. Propulsion System, a range-extended electric vehicle (RE-EV), using a unique combination of electric motors and micro-gas turbines to increase its range to 900 km (560 miles). Emissions, a zero-tailpipe emissions range of 110 km (68 miles) while running solely on battery power. Sustainability, by capitalizing on its plug-in charge capability, the CX75 will produce just 28 grams of CO2 per kilometer on the EU test cycle. Construction, Jaguar's advanced lightweight aluminum construction techniques provide great weight saving and economy benefits. Additionally, up to 50% of the metal content is recycled. Active aerodynamics, drag coefficient of 0.32 CD and active downforce created through the use of an underbody venturi. Theater, a dramatic entrance to the car is created by striking electroluminescent wire lighting which alters to enhance the driving experience. Unique user interface, the touchscreen Jaguar Copilot interface manages the information workload by predicting the needs of the driver. Bespoke materials, interior seamlessly blends traditional, hand-tailored leathers with textured neoprene panels and 2 different aluminum finishes. 75 years of Jaguar design. For 75 years, Jaguar has been responsible for some of the most iconic road and racing car designs ever seen. The roll call of names will be familiar to all: XK120, C-Type, D-Type, XJ13, E-Type, XJ220. To that list can now be added the CX75, which celebrates 3/4 of a century of beautiful, fast Jaguars by being the fastest and perhaps most beautiful concept of them all. Jaguar has an award-winning portfolio of designs in its current range of XK, XF and XJ models, and the CX75 reinforces the marque's design-led approach to product development. Created under the guidance of design director Ian Callum, the concept points the way towards an even more emotive design language which combines beautiful contemporary styling with world-class research and engineering. Aficionados will identify elements from Jaguars of the past in the CX75, but the intention was not to look back but forward. The CX75's designers stayed true to the long-held Jaguar design philosophy of natural, flowing lines and simple, elegant forms. Where inspiration from the past was found was in the innovative engineering and functional design elements of cars like the 1950s C-Type and D-Type racers and unique 1966 XJ13 Le Mans prototype, a car described by Callum as possibly the most beautiful Jaguar ever made. Just as the XJ13 acted a testbed for a new engine, the CX-75 offers similarly positive and inspiring potential solutions to the challenges posed by environmental concerns. Performance cars have always aimed for efficiencies in terms of weight, agility and dynamics, all of which also benefit economy. Using previously unseen combinations of technology, the CX-75 supercar provides a glimpse into the future of Jaguar and its commitment to producing beautiful, fast cars powered by sustainable means. Exterior design. The CX-75 is everything a Jaguar should be. It possesses remarkable poise and grace, yet at the same time has the excitement and potency of a true supercar. You could argue this is as close to a pure art form as a concept car can get, and we believe it is a worthy homage to 75 years of iconic Jaguar design. Ian Callum, Design Director, Jaguar Cars. Finished in Jetstream Silver, the CX-75's beautiful proportions, sculpted lines and powerful stance have been created, in the words of Julian Thompson, Assistant Design Director and head of the Jaguar Advanced Design Studio, to pull at the same emotional heartstrings as classic Jaguars such as the D-Type and XJ13 racers. The CX-75 borrows more than simply elegant looks from previous classic designs, however, for those cars were equally respected for the purity of their engineering. CX-75 has been created to indicate the future for luxury carmakers such as Jaguar. It shows that it is possible to retain core brand values while offering zero-emissions motoring for much of the time, as well as range-extending technologies that will make electric vehicles significantly more practical. Aerodynamic purity. Shorter, slimmer and lower than the current crop of supercars, its exterior design is about pure performance with a simple central fuselage surrounded by prominent wheel arches. Thanks to the packaging efficiencies provided by the absence of a conventional piston engine, the car's designers had maximum freedom in placing the mechanical components and creating the most elegant engineering package available. Consequently, the car has the most perfect proportions and sense of balance possible with a compact cabin placed centrally between the dramatic wheel arches. The lines of the supercar are purposeful and agile, suggesting a sense of movement and poise. Aerodynamics are a key factor in designing a supercar capable of accelerating to speeds in excess of 320 km per hour, 200 miles per hour. Yet, as Thompson explains, the designers weren't prepared to sacrifice the car's beauty when it came to creating downforce and stability at high speeds. Because we want this to be one of the most beautiful Jaguars ever, we took a much more elegant approach to the CX-75's aerodynamics and exploited the benefits of having an electrically powered drivetrain. Using an underbody Venturian directional exhaust gas control kept the car as sleek, compact and low as possible while still generating immense amounts of grip and downforce. Indeed, the movement of air itself was one of the principal drivers behind many of the design cues that were incorporated into the bodywork. Principal designer Matt Bevan reveals how the airflow into the turbines helped to shape the surfaces of the car itself. We wanted to emphasize how the air makes its way not just over the car but is also channeled into the rear airbox. When operating at 80,000 revolutions per minute, each gas turbine requires 25,000 liters of air a minute, which means we need a series of carefully honed intakes. The two beautifully sculpted sill-mounted aluminum intakes have a striking two-tone finish, with polished inner surfaces emphasizing their functionality. Above them sit two further intakes that feed cold air to a separate turbine cooling system. The turbine theme is also echoed in the stunning alloy wheels, which appear to have been cut from a single block of aluminum with a spoke design inspired by the fan blades of the engines themselves. The tires have been custom-made by Pirelli with an asymmetric tread pattern and bold green F1-style wear indicator running the circumference of the tire. Forward hinged doors are opened using Jaguar Sense Touch technology, raising outwards and upwards for excellent cabin access. To maintain the purity of the side profile, the designers replaced conventional door mirrors with cameras housed in a tail fin which is a miniaturized echo of that of the D-type. Images are displayed on screens inside the cabin. Behind the doors, fuel fillers sit either side of the cockpit, reminiscent of the twin-tank system on the original XJ6, which on the CX75 access respectively the fuel tank for the turbines and the plug-in battery charging point. The eye is then drawn towards the sealed compartment which houses the twin micro-gas turbines and the beautiful structural bracing that supports them. Exposed through the rear window, much like with the XJ13, the remarkable turbines are showcased by their elegant aluminum housing and Textilium-woven fabric lining the engine bay. The compact packaging of the turbines allowed the designers further freedom at the rear of the car, which is shaped like the trailing edge of an aircraft wing. This is both functional, incorporating the Venturi aerofoil, and beautiful with a sharp swage line and dramatic, slim full LED rear lights. Interior. Jaguar has a long tradition of using the finest materials to create a cosseting and luxurious cabin that allows the driver to concentrate on the experience of driving, culminating in the award-winning interior of the current XJ. With the CX75, Jaguar has blended beautiful leathers with innovative materials and finishes to create an elegantly tailored and driver-focused cabin that is defined and inspired by the technology that powers this sustainable supercar. The twin micro-turbines provided great inspiration when designing the interior architecture. The turbines themselves require vast amounts of air and driver and passenger are placed in the calm center of this storm. The soft shapes and surface changes of the cabin reflect the movement of air, unseen and unheard by those inside, within the channels surrounding it. The seats are fixed into the rear bulkhead that forms part of the airbox feeding the turbines, integrating driver and passenger not only into the structure but also the function of the car. A beautifully formed aluminum spar directs air into the turbines, which are supported by spiral-shaped cast brackets that appear to flow directly from the seat's headrests. Driver-focused cabin. While Jaguar cabins have always been calm, comfortable sanctuaries for passengers, their focus has remained centered on the driver. The CX75 takes this commitment to its logical conclusion by placing the driver as close as possible to the center of the car. As a result, the cabin tailors itself perfectly and uncompromisingly to the driver. A rocker switch on the steering wheel brings the wheel and instrument panel towards the driver, revealing a beautifully polished aluminum surround to the binnacle. The pedal box is likewise fully adjustable to create the perfect driving position. The sense of occasion and driver experience engendered by the CX75 is unsurpassed. Electroluminescent micro-wires and LEDs use vibrant light to create two very different environments within the cockpit, making it feel incredibly dramatic and highlighting the car's width. As the driver approaches the car, a bright ring of phosphor blue wire lighting outlines the extreme plan shape of the car by leading the eye around the monocoque tub and into the turbine chamber. When the driver enters, the electroluminescent wire illumination is replaced by LEDs emitting a phosphor blue light that dims as the occupants settle themselves into the cockpit. This gentle illumination from inside the doors and bulkhead cavities creates a translucency inspired by lightweight aircraft structures and exposes the Bowers & Wilkins nano speaker panels behind the micromesh. Additional LEDs behind the dashboard and underneath the turbines make both installations appear to float inside the structure of the car. The car is started using a switch mounted in the aircraft-inspired overhead control panel. Twin needles indicating turbine functionality sweep dramatically around the edge of the main dials and back to rest. When driven in track mode, the cabin changes character once again, taking inspiration from fighter aircraft in combat mode. The Jaguar co-pilot touchscreen system switches to stealth and all ambient cabin lighting fades to minimize driver distraction. The electroluminescent wire now forms blades of blue light which outline the driver's seat and controls. The lighting, however, is not the only feature which lends a sense of theater and uniqueness to the experience of piloting the CX75. The gear selector is modeled on a fighter jet's throttle control and includes a manual override for the turbines, allowing them to run continuously for maximum charge. Unique materials. A unique, sustainable performance supercar, the CX75 utilizes materials that reflect its design and engineering ideals. A luxurious cream ceramic semi-aniline leather was chosen for the dashboard to complement the purity of the polished aluminum. In contrast, a more technical full aniline storm gray leather was used on the seats. The leathers themselves have their own sustainability story, having been sourced from Scottish company Bridge of Weir, one of the most modern and environmentally efficient leather producers in the world. To highlight the main driver interfaces, the instrument binnacle, gear selector and certain areas of the steering wheel are covered in a soft feel textured neoprene. This malleable material allowed the designers to sculpt soft, flowing surfaces that encase the technical hardware. The leading edges of the instrument binnacle have a satin smooth finish, while further back the material is covered in grains subtly shaped like the traditional Jaguar lozenge logo, reflecting the polished working surfaces on the exterior of the car. The air conditioning vents also feature a dual finish, although this time it is reversed, with mirror-finished external surfaces and vapor-blasted matte interior. Inside the vents can be found an aluminum honeycomb structure similar to that used in aircraft construction, Jaguar C-X75 innovation. This evocative showcase of 75 years of performance heritage, the C-X75 also demonstrates Jaguar's commitment to developing cutting-edge engineering solutions to the challenges facing future automotive development. The supercar shows that Jaguar will continue to build beautiful, fast cars that will generate their performance in a sustainable manner. Ian Hoban, Vehicle Line Director, Jaguar Cars. The Jaguar C-X75 is a high-performance demonstration for future technology and innovation. The 330 km/h (205 mph) four-wheel drive supercar is capable of reaching 100 km/h (62 mph) from rest in 3.4 seconds with zero tailpipe emissions during urban use. Even in range-extending mode it emits just 28 grams of CO2 per kilometer thanks to its ultra-efficient micro-gas turbines, which provide charge to four 145 kW 195 bhp electric motors. A 6-hour plug-in charge of the lithium-ion batteries allows an electric-only range of 110 km 68 miles. However, as a range-extended electric vehicle (RE-EV), the CX-75 removes the range anxiety that currently hinders the mainstream adoption of electric vehicles. The innovative twin turbines can either charge the car's batteries on the fly, allowing the supercar to travel 900 km (560 miles) between fill-ups, or, in track mode, automatically provide supplementary power directly to the electric motors to allow the car to top 330 km/h (205 mph). In creating the CX-75, Jaguar, under the aegis of the government-sponsored Technology Strategy Board (TSB), has worked closely with other British firms, each of which is at the forefront of its field. The TSB is a public body that brings together businesses in a range of programs to drive innovation with an emphasis on sustainability. Jaguar's partners in this project are Bladen Jets, makers of the micro-gas turbines, and SR Drives, who supply the switched reluctance generators. The decision to use technology originally designed for aeronautical applications was an obvious one given both Britain's and Jaguar's heritage in this area. Born in Coventry, a short distance from the site of what would become the Jaguar's historic Browns Lane factory, Sir Frank Whittle is credited with developing the gas turbine jet engine. It is Whittle's concept that has been refined by supplier Bladen Jets into the compact, efficient powerplant used by Jaguar in the CX-75. Jaguar itself has an aeronautical heritage. A number of great Jaguars of the past, C-Type, D-Type and E-Type, were shaped by aerodynamicist Malcolm Sayer. Aircraft-inspired technology also led to the development of the aluminum spaceframe chassis around which those early Le Mans-winning Jaguars were constructed, the same technique used today in the CX-75. For the CX-75, Bowers & Wilkins, the supplier of exclusive premium audio systems for Jaguar, has explored future audio technologies to develop a product that delivers unrivaled sound quality while making extremely low power demands. Advanced aluminum lightweight construction. Jaguar's expertise in the use of aluminum stretches back more than 50 years to the first XK120s, through the lightweight E-types and pioneering X350 to the XK and all-new 2010 XJ. It was with this latter creation that Jaguar fully realized the lightweight metal's benefits to performance, agility, economy and sustainability in a luxury car, creating a lead its rivals have yet to close. The CX-75 naturally follows the same construction techniques with an extruded and bonded aerospace-inspired aluminum chassis clad in panels of the same material, making it significantly lighter than current supercars. Not only does this save weight, crucial in a car with an extreme performance envelope, but aluminum is one of the most easily recyclable metals available, boosting the CX-75's sustainability as well as its speed. As with the current XJ, up to 50% of the supercar's structure is made from recycled aluminum. Active aerodynamics. Aerodynamics have always played a large part in Jaguar design, with legendary designer Malcolm Sayer elevating it into an art form in cars such as the XJ13, the prototype from which the CX-75 draws inspiration. Today Jaguar is aiming to reduce the drag coefficient of its future models in order to increase fuel efficiency. The CX-75 presented the additional challenge of managing the high volume of air required by the turbines. To achieve this, active aerodynamics have been utilized for the first time on a Jaguar. By opening the front grille and brake cooling vents only when necessary, Jaguar has increased the design's aerodynamic efficiency dramatically. At the rear corners of the car, vertical control surfaces automatically engage at higher speeds to direct airflow aft of the rear wheels for increased stability and efficiency. The carbon fiber rear diffuser, a crucial element in guiding airflow under the car and creating downforce, includes an active aerofoil, which is lowered automatically as speed increases. Vanes in the exhaust ports then alter the directional flow of the gases to further increase the effectiveness of the Venturi tunnel. Propulsion system. Jaguar has already made a sizable commitment to developing future generations of cars that minimize their impact on the environment. Jaguar is aiming to reduce its carbon dioxide emissions by a quarter over the next 5 years, and as a business £800 million is being invested in research into innovative solutions to forthcoming sustainability challenges. The CX-75 is capable of running in purely electric, zero-tailpipe emissions mode for 110 km (68 miles) on a 6-hour domestic plug-in charge. However, unlike a conventional electric vehicle, the enjoyment of this supercar won't end there. The innovative, lightweight micro-gas turbines are capable of very quickly and efficiently recharging the lithium-ion batteries, giving the car a theoretical range of 900 km (560 miles) and can also automatically provide supplementary power directly to the motors when in track mode. This remarkable range extension system is a result of Jaguar's research engineers adopting a clean sheet approach to the question of powering the supercars of the future. The CX-75 turns to the very latest evolution of a pioneering piece of British technology, the gas turbine. British engineering firm Bladden Jets achieved a recent breakthrough in producing the multi-stage axial flow compressors, the technology used on all large gas turbines, on a miniaturized scale and to very high tolerances. This increased the compression and efficiency of micro-gas turbines to the point at which they can be viewed as a realistic power source. Each of the micro-gas turbines weighs just 35 kilograms and produces 70 kilowatts of power at a constant 80,000 revolutions per minute. Because the exhaust gases form part of the active aerodynamic package, Jaguar has utilized a specialized zirconia molybdenum coating. This advanced heat-resistant coating is regularly used in Formula One cars and is applied in a plasma spray to the carbon fiber diffuser to protect it from the exhaust gases. Turbines offer a number of advantages over a reciprocating piston engine when powering range-extending generators. With fewer moving parts and air bearings, turbines do not need oil lubrication or water cooling systems, all of which offers considerable weight-saving benefits. They can also be run on a range of fuels including diesel.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.